BBC viewers were left with a rather sour taste in their mouths on Sunday morning after Reform UK leader Nigel Farage faced intense questioning during his appearance on the BBC's Sunday with Laura Kuenssberg programme. Complaints have rained in on social media after a series of heated exchanges erupted over multiple contentious issues affecting his party. The confrontational discussion covered Reform's water nationalisation proposals, climate policy disputes, and controversial spending decisions by Reform-controlled councils, exposing tensions within the party's governance approach. During the climate policy discussion, Farage launched a scathing attack on government spending, claiming ministers were defrauding taxpayers by channeling billions into renewable energy schemes. He argued that subsidizing wind and solar power resulted in literally zero effect on global CO2 emissions whilst threatening Britain's remaining 2.5 million manufacturing jobs. When Kuenssberg highlighted scientific consensus on human impact on climate, Farage responded, "This is not my religion, this is not my religion, I know it's the religion in Westminster now in a fairly godless age." He acknowledged humans influence climate change but questioned whether this justified the most expensive energy prices for industry in the world or making the poor poorer in society for almost no benefit whatsoever. The Reform leader warned against transferring manufacturing abroad and closing steel plants, describing current policies as economically destructive. Farage alleged that Reform councillors were encountering systematic resistance from council bureaucrats, particularly highlighting difficulties in Warwickshire. He claimed officials were hamstrung by entrenched administrative structures and accused some of deliberately blocking Reform's agenda. "We're going into existing administrations, we're facing obstructionism in many places. And Warwickshire is a very, very good example," he stated. The party leader defended controversial plans to recruit political assistants at an annual cost reaching £190,000 in Warwickshire, arguing it was better to have staff who support the will of the democratically elected councillors than it is to have public sector staff opposing them. He alleged certain officials refused to reveal financial records, claiming they don't want to show us the books regarding expenditure details. However, in a particularly awkward moment for the Reform UK leader, Kuenssberg questioned Farage about Scarborough Town Council's decision to increase its Reform mayor's allowance by 600%, from £500 to £3,500. Farage responded with "I have no idea" 6 times throughout the exchange, appearing dismissive of the controversy. "Whether what you say is true or not, I have no idea," he stated, before asking whether the mayor performed the role full-time, adding again, "I've no idea." When pressed on whether such an increase was appropriate in principle, he deflected by suggesting wealthy individuals could serve without payment, referencing Reform's unpaid Doge team. "I don't know the Scarborough circumstances," he concluded, despite his party's pledge to deliver better value for taxpayers and reduce excessive council expenditure. Reform's Department of Government Efficiency Unit, established over 6 months ago with approximately 15 unpaid volunteers, has yet to begin work in several councils including Staffordshire, despite promises to audit Kent County Council first. Farage defended the sluggish progress, stating, "Bear in mind, we're not the Labour Party. We haven't got hundreds of staff. We're a party that's been really active for just over a year." Both Kuenssberg and Farage found themselves under fire from members of the audience watching at home, with the BBC host coming under particular scrutiny for her conduct and manner towards the MP. On X, Kuenssberg faced criticism such as one user's remark, "Her questioning to Nigel Farage was more aggressive than to the other politicians." Some thoroughly pathetic reporting and questioning, a second criticised before a third weighed in. "Seriously, at News at Politics is at Clorac the best you've got. A dreadful lightweight, unwatchable." A fourth complaint read, Is just me or was Laura Kuenssberg especially awful on #Clorac today? Constantly interrupting and talking over every guest, disgraceful. Even former MP Lembetopic took aim at the presenter. BBC's Laura Kuenssberg seems unable to grasp Nigel Farage's simple point that the UK hasn't cut its carbon dioxide emissions, it's simply exported them, together with our manufacturing industry. Environmentally futile and economically disastrous, he posted. However, other criticism centred on Farage being asked onto the show in the first place, as well as his inability to provide a concrete answer to the probe about Scarborough Town Council. Why is Reform UK leader Nigel Farage on Sunday with Laura Kuenssberg again? One disgruntled user questioned. LK only deals with the tittle-tattle and never tackles him on their flawed policies. BBC right-wing bias. Please like or repost if you agree. #BPClorac. A second concurred, Farage given easy ride by BBC. No questions on NHS and income tax. Pointless interview, learned nothing apart from blame immigrants for everything. #BPClorac.